And this is why, as an industry, we're running at 6% EBITDA as an average performance. We're not pricing right, we've got poor margins, we've got inefficiencies. But not only is it 6% EBITDA as an average, what scares me the most is 25% of the industry is running at break even or at a negative. That's a considerable portion of the market. This is across all sizes. It's not just the small guys that we think of that aren't doing very well. I know quite large businesses that are running at losses quite consistently, that are stalled out and are struggling because they don't know what to do about it. And most partners don't. We're stuck. Well, what do? We just need more clients, right? Just need more leads. That'll solve it. We'll just add more revenue into the top. And that's what's driving our product-led approach of flinging licenses. We struggle to get new business coming in the door because there's more tech partners around than there ever has been. We're struggling to convert those remaining few from T&M to full managed service because that's the right thing to do. And we're at a loss. So any chance we get to fling a product license, increase some revenue, that tickles our growth point. Maybe we'll get some profit at the end of it or we won't. And most often we don't because we're not making profitable decisions. We're not thinking about that. But if you tie this back to some of the points I made before, this is where it gets real scary. If you're running at this sort of average, if you get a cyber incident, you're screwed. You don't have the money to weather the storm. You're going to have to dip into your own money, go into losses for quite a while to weather that storm when it happens, because it will happen. But also, we can't survive any anchor client churn. And I'm starting to see it. I actually had a partner reach out to me about 3 weeks ago. I'd known him from when I did some Pax8 road shows, spoke to them about they were wanting to step out of their business, take the foot off the pedal and just reap the rewards of their business. I'd warned them not to do that because they didn't have the structures in place. And they disagreed, they did it. And then they reached out to me a couple of weeks ago in tears saying, "You were right, I've lost $1 million worth of revenue a year because 4 of my anchor clients just left. What do? I just had to sack half my staff. Where am I going to go from here?" They were completely lost and broken. And there's only 2 choices: pick up the pieces, rebuild, or you just live with what you've got. And for them, they don't have the energy to rebuild. So what have they got? They just lost all their investment of their business growth. In a couple of months, 4 clients, $1 million out the door. Then they're not coming back from that. And that really hurt me, and this is what drove me to start presenting like this. That's 20 years of hard work down the drain over a couple of emails. That was brutal. Saying someone that's put their heart and soul into their business for 20 years, looking after their clients, to wake up and most of it's gone. It's just brutal, but that's what's happening. We're not talking about it enough because we're all too ashamed to talk like that and show what's happened with us. It's happening way more than you think. And for most partners, we're running at this average. It doesn't take many clients to wipe that profit out. I mean, if you're a smaller partner, you start having to shed staff, boy, that's going to be hard to regrow. You're losing skills, you're losing people. You're already telling me that you're flat out and too busy to do what you should be doing. How are you going to do that when you've got less staff? It's going to be impossible. And that's why I want to drive this message home. We've been talking about this for several years. It's starting to happen. For a lot of us at this point, we're choosing to let it happen. It's a conscious choice. If we're not lifting our cybersecurity postures, it's a choice now. Maybe 5 years, ago, we didn't know enough of how to do this properly, what we needed to do, what we needed to focus on. There's been enough information out there for ages on what to do. There's frameworks. The same as engaging clients. You're choosing not to go talk to your clients. It's a choice. I'm too busy in my business, we're too busy with help desk. Well, choose to go talk to your clients, solve the other problems out later. You need to make a conscious choice. We're choosing to be willfully ignorant at this point. Either we're overwhelmed, which is the most likely case, but for a lot of us it's ego. We think we know what's right, we're doing what we've always done, and we'll double down on it. And if you don't change, you're going to hit the wall very quickly if you haven't already. And the final thought in this is that thought about we're not getting leads. I hear it every time from owners when I meet them. We don't have enough new leads. Don't have enough new leads. We've just spoken about why it's such an issue. But again, most of us aren't engaging with our existing client base. Why do we need to grow more clients if we've got our existing clients engaged well, spending more money, paying the right amounts, selling them ongoing projects and continual improvement? That will only get us so far. That was my default answer. For many years, I could double a business by just focusing on existing clients. But now, reflecting on 280,000 businesses going up for sale, we're going to see more churn than we ever have because everyone's going to exit. Most of us in this room do not have the acquirers as our clients. So where are we going to get new clients when the markets consolidate? Most of us have cut out businesses under 20. We have built our many services based on that sort of 10, 20 plus users up to 200. That's our sweet spot. But most of them are going to disappear. But we're not engaging micro businesses, not just because it's not profitable, which in the past it wasn't, but also we don't know how to meet their needs. We don't know how to meet the needs of a millennial or Gen Z business owner because we built our businesses on baby boomers. We've kept the same interactions and engagement models. We're not updating to the modern world. You just need to look at our help desk. You call me or send me an email. I'm a millennial, I'm not emailing, I don't want to call, there's my chat. None of us do that. The same as I keep hearing partners whinge that my clients are going to Harvey Norman or JB Hi-Fi because it's cheaper hardware. No, it's just easier to go to a website, hit a button, and have it guaranteed that it will be delivered, compared to us that we need to wait for a quote for someone to do it, and it might take days. And then once we've approved it, we don't know when we're getting it. It's not about the money, but we're jumping at the wrong conclusions because we don't understand our clients. We're not going and talking to them about what they want and what they need and help them understand and help us understand. So we're just doubling down on what we've always done, focusing internally. And this is what's going to kill us. And it's killing me to watch so many partners run into these brick walls that could be easily avoided. If only we put our head up. If we keep running with our head down or looking backwards, of course we're going to run into a brick wall. But if we actually stop for a minute, take a breath and have a look, we'll probably just walk around the wall. But we're choosing to be busy at this point. Everyone's super busy on busy work, on unprofitable clients, stupid activity that could be automated or not even need to be done. Things that could be prevented quite easily if we just changed our mindset, and we need to. And for anyone following me, I'd normally, at this point, I'd start talking about all the good ways of structuring our business and doing the right things. But today I'm not going to, because you don't need more information about the how. This is about mindset. This has been our problem for years. We've had so much noise in our heads that we're not making a clear decision. I can tell you the best way is how to do everything. But what we need to do is make a decision. I'm going to give you 5 options. And I want you to walk away today going, this is what I'm going to do. Because if you have a clear direction and purpose in your head, all of these issues and challenges that we've got in our industry at the moment can be navigated. We feel like it's FOMO and we can't keep up. We've actually got time because most partners are shit. Well, I just said that. So if you're better than shit, you're already ahead of the market. You don't need to be perfect. And that's been most of our problem as well. We need to have all these perfect solutions before we take one step of action. If you take one step of action and realise it's not quite right, you can take another step and go slightly around it. Where we think we need to have this perfect plan before we start. And we never get to the perfect plan because everything moves. Everything moves so quickly. But it's also, we're just afraid to engage our clients. We're trying to make business decisions based on what we think without enough knowledge. If we actually stopped and understood what our clients want and need, the money's there. And I can say that unequivocally. And we talk about, Canales always says there's about 13% managed services growth year on year. I rarely see that. It's usually partners are way better than that, or they're growing in single digits or they're negative. There's a reason why most people aren't that average. The ones that are growing are for 2 reasons. One, they're over-acquiring, and they're growing through acquisition. The other one is that they've actually got a sales engine and a marketing engine that's aligned to their client profiles, and they just stick to it, and they build an engine that continually grows. Hardly any of us have that, either one of those strategies. So we need to change what we're doing and what we're thinking.